Welcome to another deep dive. Today, we're taking a close look at Islamabad, the capital city of Pakistan.
That's right.
Our goal isn't just, lifting facts. We really want to unpack what makes this city quite unique. And it raises a question for you listening. What does it really take to design a capital city completely from scratch? And, well, what kind of place actually emerges from that kind of ambitious plan?
Yeah, and we've got a pretty comprehensive overview here. Our job really is to pull out the key insights, the important bits to help you understand the story behind the city.
Okay, let's jump right in then. Because Islamabad, it has this really fascinating quality right from the start. It is a planned city, which is quite different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Unlike so many capitals that just sort of grew organically over hundreds of years, this one was, well, intentionally designed, almost like architecture, but on a city scale.
Exactly. The material we have shows it officially became the capital back in 1967. It actually took over from Karachi.
Right, Karachi was first.
Yeah. And the whole thing was really kicked off in the 1960s. The master plan came from a Greek architect, Konstantinos Doxiadis.
Doxiadis, okay.
And you can really see his influence in the zoning system. The city's divided into these distinct sectors. You hear names like F6, G10, that kind of thing.
So what does that mean, practically? Sectors.
Well, the idea was that each sector should be pretty self-sufficient. So you'd have your own markets, schools, parks, all within that sector, really integrated.
So your daily needs are kind of close by.
Pretty much, yeah, that was the vision. And administratively, it's under federal jurisdiction, governed by the Islamabad Capital Territory Administration, or ICTA.
Okay, so it's its own territory. And geographically, where are we talking about?
It's located in northeastern Pakistan, nestled right at the foot of the Margalla Hills.
I've heard of those.
Yeah, they're beautiful. They're actually part of the Himalayan foothills. And that whole area is designated as the Islamabad Capital Territory, the ICT.
Gotcha. And population-wise, is it a huge city?
Well, the city proper is estimated around 1.2 million people as of 2024, but the wider metropolitan area, that pushes it up over 4 million, so quite substantial.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? A capital city built literally from a blueprint. What are the advantages or maybe just the feel of a place like that? Designed rather than just evolved.
And what's really striking is how that design works with its natural surroundings. It's not just concrete. The topography is, rolling hills, forests, valleys. It sits at an elevation of about 540 meters, so around 1,770 feet.
Okay, so the landscape isn't just a backdrop, it's really integrated. And I guess that leads to some key attractions.
Absolutely. It translates directly into places people love, like Daimani Ko. It's a viewpoint up in the Margalla Hills, offers these just incredible sweeping views of the whole city.
Wow.
And then there's the Margalla Hills National Park itself. It's a huge area, really popular for hiking, bird watching, just getting out into nature.
Sounds amazing, a national park right in the edge of the capital.
Exactly. And beyond the natural beauty, you've got these really iconic structures that define the city. The Faisal Mosque, for instance. It's one of the largest mosques in the world. Very modern design, really symbolic.
Yeah, I've seen pictures. It's quite striking.
It is. Then there's the Pakistan Monument, another piece of symbolic architecture representing national unity. And for leisure, Rawal Lake, it's an artificial reservoir, but very popular for boating, picnics, that sort of thing.
So a mix of nature and man-made features.
Right. And if you want to dive into culture, there's the Lok Versa Museum. It does a great job showcasing Pakistan's folk heritage, traditional crafts, really gives you a sense of the country's diversity.
That sounds like a must-visit. And just quickly, climate-wise, what should someone expect?
It's classified as humid subtropical, so you get hot, humid summers. Temperatures can definitely hit 40 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
But then the winters are cool, sometimes cold, can drop down near freezing, and they have a distinct monsoon season, mostly July through September. That's what keeps everything so green.
It's quite a combination, isn't it? That closeness of serious natural beauty and these major cultural landmarks all right there in a modern capital.
Yeah, it is. And if we shift focus a bit, connecting that planning to its function, Islamabad is really the powerhouse for governance, education, and increasingly economic development in Pakistan.
Makes sense, being the capital.
Yeah, it's the main government hub, hosts most of the federal government offices, ministries, and also, naturally, the foreign embassies.
Right. But is it just about government? Or is it looking towards, the modern economy too? We hear a lot about tech hubs popping up.
That's a good point. And yes, the material definitely highlights significant growth in the IT sector. You're seeing tech parks, startups emerging, especially in areas like the G10 and I-9 sectors.
Interesting. So it's not just bureaucratic.
Not at all. It's building this forward-looking economic base, and underpinning a lot of that is a really strong educational foundation. It's home to some top universities.
Like which ones?
Well, you've got Quaid-i-Azam University, QAU. There's the National University of Sciences and Technology, NUS, which is very highly regarded, and the International Islamic University, too. Plus, many of the country's key think tanks and scientific research institutes are based there.
So it's a real center for intellect and policy as well.
Absolutely. A major intellectual hub.
Okay, so with all that government, high-tech growth, top universities, I guess it's not surprising what the source says about the real estate market.
Right. It mentions it's one of the most expensive in Pakistan. And that's attributed to, well, a combination of factors. The city's reputation for safety, the quality of its infrastructure, and frankly, the prestige associated with living in the capital, especially this capital.
Yeah, you can see how that combination, government power, tech innovation, academic excellence, would create a very specific, maybe quite dynamic atmosphere. It really shapes the whole feel of the place.
It does, and that feeds into the everyday experience, the quality of life. Islamabad generally has this reputation for a high quality of life compared to other major cities in the region.
How so? What does the source point to?
Several things. High literacy rates, high levels of education generally across the population. It's noted for being relatively clean and organized, which, again, probably links back to that planned aspect.
And safety. That often comes up with Islamabad.
Yes, security is a big point. It's often described as one of the safest cities in Pakistan.
That's a major draw,
Yeah.
obviously. Does the source mention how? Is it just the layout or enforcement?
It doesn't go super deep into the how, but the reputation is definitely there. It's generally linked to the planned nature. Yes, potentially easier to manage security-wise, and a strong law enforcement presence.
Okay. And getting around. How's the transport?
It's pretty well developed. They have the Metrobus system, which is quite efficient. The roads are generally wide, designed for good traffic flow, another benefit of planning. And there are ongoing plans to expand public transport further.
Right. So planned, safe, organized.
Mm.
What about the culture? Does it feel sterile or is there a buzz?
Oh, definitely not sterile. It's described as having a really vibrant cultural fabric. You've got a very multicultural population because of the embassies, the government jobs, the universities. People come from all over Pakistan and internationally.
So that must influence things like food.
Absolutely. The dining scene is really diverse. You can find everything from very traditional Pakistani dishes to, all sorts of international cuisines. And shopping is similar. You have big modern malls like Centaurus Mall or Safa Gold Mall, but also lots of lively local markets like Supermarket or Jinnah Super, which have their own character.
It's quite the balancing act, isn't it? To have that clear structure and organization, but also foster a rich, diverse cultural scene. It sounds like quite a unique place to live.
It really does seem to strike that balance.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, it feels clear that Islamabad isn't just, a capital city. It's something distinct. The picture emerging from our source is really one of a unique blend. Modernity, yes, but also that deep connection to natural beauty and a sense of tranquility that seems to set it apart from many other Pakistani cities.
Yeah, it really does. And thinking about it, this whole idea of a city intentionally designed for a high quality of life, prioritizing safety, cleanliness, access to nature, access to institutions, it does make you wonder, doesn't it, about the future of urban development. What lessons can be learned? And maybe for you listening, what does this kind of planned environment make you consider about the places where you live, or perhaps the places you might want to visit someday?